we are at C2E2 in Chicago, Illinois, and I have Trevor Crafts and Bruce Boxleitner. And how you gentlemen doing today?
Good, doing well.
Doing very well, very well.
Thank you.
First of all, I know, Bruce, you've been in all sorts of wonderful things I've loved since I was younger, still an adult. Trevor, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. Bruce and I actually, I'm an executive producer and a writer-director, and Bruce and I actually met 2010, I think, about then. And I was executive producing a pilot for a comedy western called Smokewood, and sort of a take on Tombstone meets The Office. So first person, I mean, just really great concept. And Bruce was in the pilot. He was the Johnny Morgan, the old cattle baron. And
I was all grizzly and everything.
Nobody knew it was him. It was hilarious.
That was better that way.
We're happy. We're happy for that, actually. It was great. But Bruce and I hit it off, and I had come up with the concept for our new show, Lantern City, and was looking for a partner, somebody that I knew loved genre television, but also was a great writer, was also had all the other skills that were needed to really create a world. And so Bruce and I talked and brainstormed.
That's right.
For a good day.
We have a marvelous 2-hour opener.
Yeah. So we have
several episodes. We just have created a world of this place called Lantern City. It's an alternative sort of universe story. But I think more importantly, we have 4 very compelling characters and compelling storylines. And that's what people are really into now. Very much in the way of Game of Thrones, Boardwalk Empire, a lot of what HBO does, and various other, I came out of the miniseries format, and I always saw this as in that way, and that's very much popular again. I mean, these are long-running series now, but it's taking an epic story and bringing it to television. Television shows are generally about a small story. We've got this epic
it's huge
story. That's why Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin's books, they're just so right for this format.
Can I also add, or like Babylon 5?
Or Babylon 5. And more importantly that. I mean, I was part of the saga, that took place in this world that was created, this space station.
That probably entered my head when I was thinking about talking
very much
to him.
so.
I mean, it's
very much so, and that's what I envisioned. I'm just talking about those other things are the modern equivalent of it.
So why steampunk? I apologize.
Why not?
Why not, exactly?
Well, I mean,
what drew you to steampunk?
We often say, I think for 2 reasons. We often say, we've been to a lot of different places in television. We've been all over, we've been to outer space, under the ocean. We've been everywhere.
As storytellers, we have pretty much tried today to capture an audience and get them interested in something where they haven't been before.
Yeah.
Not an easy task anymore.
And that's
on 5, we're in outer space. We're in galaxies away from Earth. But here's the thing. We've been there.
Yeah.
Right.
And no, I was just going to say that one of the things that also the steampunk community is such an interesting group of fans, and to really do a show the way that I originally had conceived it, which was to involve the fans in the show as well, by having this wonderful maker community of artists be also involved. That really wasn't going to work in any other genre but steampunk. And the original story that I had really was very specifically a steampunk world. I'd written a novella about an 18th century robot that sort of got me into steampunk originally. I know you know.
I always loved it, but I mean, I was an avid reader, but I've gone to these conventions now. I've been working conventions since probably around 95.
Really?
And I would see these people, and I've been a history buff all my life. The Victorian era is a fascinating era because it was such an era of change. We were leaving that world into the modern technological world, and always, before I even saw the name steampunk, you always recognized Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, all those late 19th century sci-fi writers were predicting this future that we've actually been living. And, so when he came to me about this, I went, whoa, yes, I saw it immediately. And we brainstormed these characters, these storylines. We have a wonderful writer, Matthew Daly, who has managed to pick these brains here and put them on paper just excellently. So.
Yeah, Matt's a great new author, and he'll be at our panel tomorrow night.
Yes, he will.
As well.
He's coming in from New York. But I just think it's trying to find a place to take an audience now that will be unique is a challenge.
Very true.
And I think we have that. We've got it.
Yeah.
Where will you be producing this?
Well, it's a good question. We actually have a couple different production companies and networks looking at it currently. One of the interesting things about television today, I think, is that everything is changing rapidly in television today. Social media is so much more critically important in keeping a show alive. You know, a show like Firefly, which got canceled with, a 7-chair, it would never have canceled.
That show would be on.
It would be on the air forever. I mean, now shows that have a 2-share are still on the air because they have a huge social media following.
Exactly.
And for us, that's been a critical piece of developing the show, making sure that the fans are engaged at a very early point. LanternCityTV.com is a place where you can go to get all the information about the series, but also, more importantly, to really get the information from a fan side, able to submit your own designs, your own work to be used on the show.
Right.
So right now, Facebook, I think we have about 100,000 fans on Facebook, a little under, and about 300,000 Twitter followers. So that matters to networks, and that matters to executives that are making those choices and deciding. So,
it's a very different way than I originally grew up in, but it is the way.
It is the way.
And when you saw these original Comic Cons, Hollywood has gone to San Diego, the biggest of them, and brought their where we launched.
Yeah,
2 summers ago.
Summer ago.
Last summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this concept that they finally caught on to. Well, we're actually using that they went to the fans. They showed to present. You're going to your audiences, your target audience. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a different way. It's not just here's all of the stuff that we're going to put out on the network. It's let's get your input, let's get your feedback,
and also putting on a show and hoping for a fan base. We're actually creating a fan base for a show that then will deliver on that show for them.
Yeah. Very cool.
It's an interesting,
different way to go.
New way. And why not? Try something new. Shake it up and do it something new.
Speaking of your panel tomorrow, I've heard rumor that you've got a huge announcement for tomorrow. Any hints?
Zero hints.
No spoilers.
Zero hints. If you want spoilers, go to Blaster. They have tons of spoilers. No, that's all they talk about.
Are any of them accurate?
No, usually not. They're
That's the
usually
point.
not. It's like, J.J. Abrams is the President of the United States. No, wait, sorry, we're wrong. He's not the President of the United States. No, you'll just have to wait. I will tell you this. Tomorrow you will find out how the Grey Empire begins. So
when one becomes familiar with the Grey Empire,
yes.
So then you go, I know.
It's a good. It'll really allow the fans to sink their teeth into something.
Question for you. Now, you mentioned 4 major stars. As I recall, you've got Tony Amendola,
John Rhys Davies,
who
was the first one to read this thing and went, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've read in 20 years. And I said, there's the best review we ever could possibly get.
Probably ever get. That'll probably be the best review we'll ever
because
get.
I think the man has read quite a few scripts in his time, and he wanted on immediately.
Yeah,
and we're also doing it that way too.
Right, we're casting ahead of time.
Before.
So
But Mira Furlan is also going to be on it.
She's flying in right now. She was with me in Babylon 5.
Yeah, oh yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
And Mira's playing
Who's
Mark.
the fourth?
The fourth is Raphael Sabarge, who is on Once Upon a Time right now. He plays Tony.
That's right.
Tony's on there as well.
And Tony's also. And the last one, actually, there's 5. Gigi Edley has also signed up as well, and she was on Farscape.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Farscape
she was Cheyenne on Farscape.
Very, very cool.
And all of these people associated with the genre, the genres, the sci-fi and fantasy genre, which I think is good. That picks up those fans immediately.
Yep.
You know who they are already because you follow yourself. So, it's not going, who are they?
Yeah.
What might I have seen them on? No, these people know. Our core audience knows already, and they know what to expect. of them as performers.
Do you have any closing statements, since I'm being told our time's about up?
Yeah, she's about to hit you with a hammer. No, don't worry about it. It'll be over that fast.
Sounds good.
Sorry.
No, I mean, I think that the best thing that people can do is to follow us on Facebook, to like us on Twitter, to submit designs to the Workers Forum. It's all on LanternCityTV.com, because these are the kind of things that executives look at. The faster and the larger audience that we get, the faster we get on air. And we're excited to bring this new world to television, and people are going to love it. The storylines are intricate, multi-leveled stories that have tons of different characters. All of their stories are interweaving.
And such like that Babylon 5 had such loyal fans. I think will have something
fans
to really sink their teeth.
And that's fun for us. We want to make sure. Yeah, we want to make sure that there's a new group of fans that really get some great genre television to sink their teeth into.
Well, thank you, sirs, so much
Appreciate
for
it.
having
Thanks so much.
taking time for me.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right.